Shalom, Makim. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakah, Kadash. That will honor the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and salutations to all the Akim, all folk on this earth who's pushing this truth, sincerity. Shalom, Makim. I want to get into what we got here. Just an oil chart, just showing you how in 2008 how high the oil prices went. I almost hit 150 a barrel. And we got going on right now where with the Strait of Hormuz being partially closed, and Iran is only letting certain boats, certain tankers, I should say, out of there with oil. And if you're part of the Western powers, he'll blow you up if you don't take heed to what he's saying. Do not move those tankers. Do not move them yet. He's giving the Western powers ultimatums as far as you can deal with me and my rules, because I'm not going to answer to any of your rules. And so this has been going on, and they've been supposedly blowing up each other. America's blowing up certain buildings and relics over there, and then Iran is turning back and just lighting up the Arab, the comfortable places where the Westerns used to go in the Arab world, whether it be Dubai, UAE, about 4 or 5 of the different countries over there that Iran has just been bombarding with missiles because they do business with America and the Western powers. And we've done videos when it first kicked off, how Jake was over there, went over there right before things kicked off, thinking everything was cool, trying to get a little getaway, trying to put their little pictures on Instagram, and they had to flee up out of there. They had to get up out of there, and they had to taking pictures of that ordeal, But one thing we have been doing is blowing that trumpet. This Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all that inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand, man. And one thing we've been telling you, you will see World War III in your lifetime. It will be in this lifetime. And we've been telling you to watch the things that's going on around you, because, things are happening and moving very fast. Just because you want to be asleep and you don't want to pay attention doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Not gonna happen. You want to be an ostrich in this world. When all hell is breaking loose all around you, you just want to take your head and dip it in the hole. Thinking that's gonna save you. You're gonna have another thing coming, man. Plain and simple, man. So yes, we're our job is to blow that horn, man. Because we see these things coming, man. We see these things escalating. We seen these things escalate. There was Arab Spring that came out a few years ago. We talked about that. We showed you the few countries that the Rothschild banks don't have a banking system in. Iran was one of the countries. This is the reason why these things are happening. Things are escalating very fast, man. And with those things escalating very fast, your happiness is going to leave. These people have no clue about what's going to happen in the next few months, man. Because they're thinking they're going on vacations. They're thinking they're going, to, visit their different parts of families in different parts of the world. And all hell is breaking loose. Do you know that there's still people talking about vacationing at my job to Mexico right now? Now, how foolish would you be to do something like that? But that's just how stupid the people are, man. This is Isaiah 24:11. There is a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone, man. The mirth of this place is over, man. They just talk about how the oil prices. Yes, we have to get our oil for the most part imported, even though we have oil refineries in the third down there in the Gulf, and they pump out enough because those are your mobile gas stations, your 76. Those are small and few when you think about it. But the Chevrons, the big dogs, Amicos, those are all coming from overseas for the most part. Yeah, we do have oil rigs in the Gulf, but they don't produce enough that America wants, the needs. That, from my understanding, the Gulf would only produce 10% of what America needs for oil, if not less than that. But yeah, this all this is gonna add into your vacation time, your holiday time, all that. And this is a trickle down effect, because if you don't go to those places, what happens? They close down. They can't stay open, and you keep the lights on with air. In this system, everything costs. You know. See, this joyful place, the joy vacation, the joyful summertime, that's about to be irrelevant, man. Your mind is going to be set on trying to save money for war and for that, not even just war, but just for the winter, I should say, for the winter coming up, you know, because most of our money goes towards heating, especially when I owned a house, man. I had to pay a lot of money on heating just to keep my house heated, and we had oil, you know. But yeah, this is our job, man. We're out here warning the people before these things happen, man. You know, we're blowing that trumpet. You know, letting people know that the mirth of this place is gone, man. And that's just our job, plain and simple, man. You know, our job, when you think about it, is a doom and gloom job for the regular people of the world, man. Because they don't want to hear this stuff, man. They do not want to hear about what's getting ready to happen, even though they feel it, but they don't want to hear about it. They don't want that reinsurance. They want to have that, everything will be all right, you know. The man, McFarland, don't worry, be happy. You know, that type of situation, that type of feeling. That's what the people want, man. They want to be told lies, man. This is, This is Ezekiel 33:7. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. You know, and that's what we're doing, man. We are warning the people, man. The Lord told us to do this, and we are going to do this, man. While you people are thinking that everything's going to go back to normal, you know, and here's a little chart that showed you from 2008 up until 2016, it was a little drop off, but that's not gonna happen anymore, man. You know, Iran already said that one of the details they're gonna go into, if they wanted to stop the bombing, if they wanted America to stop, if America wants Iran to stop bombing, they said that they would have to trade, the oil would have to flip from the U.S. dollar to the Chinese yen. What does that mean? That means war, man. Because that would destroy the whole American economy. Our whole American economy is based off the oil dollar, as far as the fear for these other countries and everything else. We have military ready to go into any one of these countries that decides to dump our U.S. dollar and use any other currency for trade, especially with that oil. You could do any other thing, but that oil you better not touch. You better not touch, you know. And the rest of these you know, these other nations, they're like, what? Hold on, man. Well, the Chinese, they you know, we need their oil. I just seen a video they were showing in the Philippines and in India and these other countries how they need that oil real bad, man. You know, in order to run their country. Philippines is getting ready to go off into 4-day work weeks right now. Cuba's been in the dark for the last 2 weeks over that oil, man. So yeah, our job is to warn these people, man. Warn them. Give them warning. Because these things are happening, man. They're escalating. They're moving fast, man. And once again, like I said, man, these different countries that were, you know, America's relied on the oil too. Don't get me twisted, but these countries really had a lifeline to the oil, and now it's gone. These islands and stuff like that, man. You know, in certain places, man. And Cuba's island, Philippines is an island, you know, so they really rely on that stuff, man. But it's gonna be a famine of everything coming, man. You're getting ready. We are in dark times, man. Especially if you're not dealing. If the Lord is not dealing with you, you're gonna be in trouble. You're not gonna know which way to go, man. So these are the beginnings of troubles, you know, so to speak, man. And it's gonna just escalate. It's gonna get worse and worse and worse. But keep in mind, the number one thing that happiness, that mirth, that vacationing, that stuff is about to be over. It's going to be obsolete. You might not even want to travel from you. The gas in your car is going to be used from work and home very soon, man. Because it's going to be very expensive, man. They already complaining about on the news how this summer how gas prices are going to shoot up. We're only a few months. People are getting ready. People are going on spring break. People are on spring break right now. And some people are getting ready to go on spring break. This is Job 5:20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword, man. Because that's all that's gonna happen. That's all that's here. This is all that's on the news right now. Doom and gloom, man. That famine, man. They can't ship the goods out like they want to. These supermarkets are half full now, if even full. Why? Because the goods gotta travel, and the gas prices have shot up so high, man. Things aren't moving like they used to, man. How can people not see that? That's because the Lord has a blinder over you, man. You're stuck in a happy spirit, a happy time spirit, man. Happy days. He said, and in war from the power of the sword, man, because we know that the draft is here. Because like I said a second ago, that once you start messing with America's oil, the only thing they got is war for you. You know? This is Trump said he's bringing an 82nd airborne over there, man. Iran just said, man, they're gonna drop down into death. We got soldiers waiting. We got a million soldiers waiting for you. You just bringing one regiment. We got a whole million soldiers waiting for you to drop your regiment down. Man, it's wartime out here, man. These smaller nations are ready, man. You know, as well as Russia and China just made a pact and said if anything happens to Iran, we come in full pledge at America. So this is all. We got about a bunch of saber rattling that's happening, but at the same time, what we do see these oil prices and food, you know, going up, and money is not going up. It's staying, you know, at a regular low rate or whatever as far as your pay, but your prices of everyday living is going up. Yeah, man, I just seen a little video on the Philippines and these oil, man. I just decided to bring this out, man. With that being said, I hope this is edifying. Shalom, Akim.